you guys, Incrementum, do a great alternative to what I look at as being either the Big Mac index or the gold to a decent suit ratio, which is your Oktoberfest ratio. So looking at the chart, an ounce of gold currently buys, and again, I'm going to ruin the pronunciation, 121 mass.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is about higher than the 70-year average, or 290 pints of Guinness. I can say that one.
Yeah.
Which is higher than the 120-year average, but both are slightly down on last year's ratio, where it was 134 musts or 309 pints. So my question there is going to be, which price is moving faster, beer or gold?
Well, well, you know, our perhaps the most important finding of our 15 years of research in the gold space is that there's a very, very high correlation between gold bugs and beer drinkers. So we found out that the people just love this chart, the gold Oktoberfest ratio, but of course, it is some sort of a fun chart, and it should also be entertaining. But the reason why we came up with that chart and why we always come up with very, very long-term charts is to show how gold stabilizes your purchasing power. Now, in Munich at the Oktoberfest, we got the time series starting in the 1950s. And the average inflation rate at the Oktoberfest is, I think it's roughly 3%, it's 3.8%. There are some years when it's higher, then there are some years when inflation rates are lower. So that's definitely significantly above the inflation rates that we're now, or that we have been experiencing, that were way too low according to central bankers. And if you compare the purchasing power of a euro or a Deutschmark, which was the currency back then, it shows you that your purchasing power is constantly decreasing, measured in beer at the Munich Oktoberfest. While if you measure it in gold, so if you bring 1 ounce of gold to the Oktoberfest, on average, you can buy 90 mass. So those are the 1 liter max at the Oktoberfest. In 1971, the low was at 48 mass. So significantly lower. In 1980, it was 227 mass. So up almost 5 times, or more than 4 times. Sorry. And on average, since 1950, it is 90 mass with 1 ounce. So at the moment, we're at 121, which is a bit above the average, but it's far away from the all-time high. But I think what's really important to say, and this is really, as I've said, it's important to show people how gold is preserving your purchasing power, especially compared to fiat money. And we've got comparisons with admission tickets at Disneyland. We've got gold measured in oil, loaves of bread, butter, cinema tickets, whatever. And the message is, over the long term, gold just perfectly preserves your purchasing power. And it doesn't only work at the Oktoberfest. Now, for the first year, we also did it with pints of Guinness for our Irish friends. And it works the same way. And therefore, I think, as I've said, it is something that should also be entertaining, but I think the message behind it is very, very important.
Yeah, it's that long-term strength and the ability, well, it's separate to it a little bit, but the ability to liquidate gold no matter what the situation and where you are, it's always part of the appeal of it.